Welcome everybody, I'm your host Matthew Fahrenkopf,
And I'm your co-host Martin Durkle.
and this is the Athletic Area. Balls dropped last night at the Beer Pong National Championship, which was a 7-game sizzler between Clarence Young's Chicago Crush and Kevin Powers' Denver Stars. Marty, how do you think the Chicago Crush were able to pull this one out?
Matt, I think it all came down to Clarence last night. He really proved to the world why he earned that MVP title. His technique, his form, everything came together in perfect unison around Game 7, which really, set things off for him.
Yeah, I've really never seen a youngster control the big stage quite the way he did. He handled it with ease. Let's get right into the highlights now and see how the games went.
First out of the tunnels for last night's finals, representing the Chicago Crush, we have Clarence the Kid Young and Kevin Stretch Powers facing off against the lean, the mean, the fighting machine Ross Ragsdale and Rodolfo Borges of the Denver Stars.
Quick action in Game 1, the Stars and the Crush both hitting more than 60% of their shots. Stretch Powers shooting 100% through 3 shots. After a 5-cup re-rack, the Crush quickened the pace with this mid-game rollback. Stars would rally later on though and get it down to 1 cup, but failed to convert, missing 4 shots at the final cup. And then, the kid drops this.
Have you ever seen anything like that, Matt? Kicking? I know I haven't. And boom goes the dynamite.
We'll pick it up late in Game 2, the Stars rebounding quickly from that tough Game 1 defeat. Rodolfo Borges would sink this cup to earn his team's first rollback of the finals. Later on, Borges hits the final cup and Ross is fired up. Immediately though, the kid forces overtime.
Prime time.
In overtime, Stretch manages to focus in and close out Game 2 for a quick 2-0 series lead.
Now I want to take a closer look at Clarence Young's Game 2 overtime forcing shot. Kevin Powers of the Stars has just hit the final cup, forcing the Crush into a rebuttal situation, and the ball falls to none other than Clarence Young, the league's MVP. Now as he steps up to take this shot, I want you to stop it right there. Now if you notice the way he's gripping the ball, that takes years of practice to develop, kids, and that is why he is the best player in the league today.
The Chicago Crush find themselves behind early in Game 3, but another mid-game rollback keeps hopes alive. They would re-rack with 4 cups remaining, but could not clear their cups before Rodolfo Borges hits his second final cup of the series. 2-1 in favor of the Crush going into Game 4, and the Stars continue to hit cups rapidly. This bounce shot rollback cruised them through the mid-game. The 4-cup re-rack would seal the deal for Game 4, Rodolfo Borges claiming his third final cup of the series. On to Game 5, Clarence Young passes the 25 cups mark with this remarkable stroke. While the Stars struggle with just 2 cups remaining, Stretch Powers would narrowly miss this game-ending shot. This time, it's Ross Ragsdale finishing Game 5, 3-2 Denver. The Stars try to finish off the series quickly in Game 6, but Chicago wasn't going out easy. The Crush get their 6th rollback of the series and capitalize on the opportunity by knocking over the second-to-last cup. With the championship title 1 cup away, Denver calls a timeout to plan their last shot, but they would come up short and turn the balls over to Clarence Young, who forces Game 7. A lot of back-and-forth action early on in Game 7. Both teams can taste the title and are giving it all they got. Chicago hits the final cup, but Ross is able to answer back and force an overtime. Quickly into overtime, Ross applies pressure early by making his first shot. Down to 1 cup, and Denver is able to hit the final cup, but once again, Clarence Young comes up big and forces double overtime. The intensity has been steadily rising in this competition. Both teams know how important each shot is. Ross would step up in overtime, and he misses his shot. Rudy to follow him, and he misses his shot as well, once again giving Clarence Young the ball with 1 cup left, and this time he becomes a champion.
He makes it look so easy, Matt, so calm, and the celebration as well to go with it. What a terrific series for Clarence Young. Alright, so if we can, let's take another look at that last winning shot, if we could just roll the clip back. Alright kids, this doesn't happen overnight. Clarence Young
You know, you can see the determination in his eyes, the focus. He wants this more than anyone in the room. 7 games, 4 overtimes. He is MVP. This is what it all comes down to, folks. This is why this team was champion last night.
That sure was an incredible game last night.
Sure was, Matt.
On behalf of EAPN, I'd like to congratulate Clarence Young and the Chicago Crush on their victory in last night's Beer Pong National Championship. To my co-host Martin Dirkoltz, I'm Matthew Fahrenkopf. Rock boots! This is the Athletic Area.
Yeah!